I need it. I'm telling y'all, lock it in.
I need a sports podcast. I need it now.
So, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the I Need a Sports podcast. Your host with the most, Bryce, Chris, Cam. This is the last episode of our official 2025-2026 NFL division previews. And last but not least, we got the good old AFC West, man. My Chiefs, the Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. I mean, I think it's one of the first times in NFL history that a division's got all four of their head coaches have made a Super Bowl, and three of them have won it between Peyton, Reed, and Carroll. And Harbaugh's only made it, but shit, he got a national championship in Michigan a few years ago. So all championship caliber coaches in the division, loaded rosters across the board. So should be a great year for what I see on social media. From what Chris been hitting at, we finally finna find out, who's finna dethrone the Chiefs, who's finna. Yeah. I ain't forget, man. But yeah, we finna hop into this one, man, and get everything wrapped up so we can get on to our NFL predictions for the whole year next week. That's gonna be a fun episode. But first things first, AFC West, man. Please don't tell me, Chris, because you ain't picked the worst to first for real. The Raiders last year finished 4-13. Obviously made some big splash moves this offseason. Pete Carroll, head coach. Geno Smith, quarterback, running back. Raheem Mostert got Alex Kappa from the Bengals. Drafted Ashton Genty. Still obviously got Max Crosby. They extended him this year. All that said, do not piss me off. It's not fair to say the Raiders are about to win this division after you were so against the Seahawks last year because of Geno Smith. So that better not be what comes out your mouth right now. But I'm gonna pass it to you first, Chris. Who you got?
No, bro, I do not have the Raiders winning this division.
Okay.
I do not have the Raiders winning this division.
Because I remember somebody in 2022 said that, and because Derek Carr was about to have a great year. Yeah.
Chill, bro.
What
I don't got to win the division. And let's see, over 7?
6. Oh, you're saying just 7?
Well,
This season, yeah.
That's kind of steep. that's kind of steep. I don't know who they beating in the AFC to be winning 7 games.
Yeah, because I mean they're gonna have to play obviously all of us in the AFC West, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. That's 6 games right there.
6 losses.
So out of
they may get one on Denver.
Okay. I was gonna say too, I know we draw the AFC South this year, so that's another matchup with at least the Texans. If you consider the Jaguars as semi-decent, maybe them out the AFC. And then I'm trying to think. Let me just pull up their schedule because they got last place, so they matching up with whoever else in last place. But I mean, the division itself is so tough. Like, if you're not winning games there, you're gonna have to win these other games outside of it to even really be in contention. But are you think? Because what kind of puzzled me, and both of y'all can answer this, whoever want to take it, but I'm just like, Pete Carroll's like, what, 73 or something already? Yeah. Why do you want to coach football anymore, for one? And two, why y'all bring him in? Like this can't be a long-term move, I don't think, unless Pete Carroll really does intend to be coaching until he's 80. But that's a lot of stress on an old man to be coaching that long, bro. So I don't really know. That one was kind of puzzling to me. But
maybe it's just a like an ushering in of a culture change.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Maybe a culture change, but culture changes with Geno Smith too. So like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
Raiders going Raiders. All I really can say or feel about it. But hey, it is what it is. But they opened up the season at New England. Week 2 at home versus the Chargers. Week 3 at the Commanders. Week 4 the Bears. Week 5 at the Colts. But then that, I mean,
1-4, 1-4.
yeah, I was gonna say 1-4. We giving them
Yeah.
the win against the Colts,
Yep. Yep.
who just announced Daniel Jones starting
Yep.
quarterback.
Yep. Yep.
That's crazy. Week 6, the Titans, so maybe another dub.
Maybe.
Week 7 at the Chiefs.
Mm.
Even if we beat them, that shit gonna be close just because they're gonna give it their best. And then they got the bye after that, so they really gonna go all out for that
Ooh.
game. And then week 9, Jags at home. Week 10 at Denver. Week 11, Dallas at home. Week 12, Cleveland at home. Week 13 at LA. Week 14, Broncos at home. Week 15 at Philly. Week 16 at Houston. Week 17, Giants at home. And then they end the season against the Chiefs at home.
So
Which
4-13.
potentially maybe the Chiefs could be, resting players. So maybe, but at that point, maybe they want to tank whatever game is last to solidify
I
a draft spot.
before you brought up that what game was that? You had, I think it was week 14 or 15. Either way, as you were going, I had them at like 2-12. And then they were 3-14 or 3-13, and then 4-13. I don't know who I had them win against.
So you running back your Seahawks take last year, but with the Raiders this year because Gino 4-13. That's what you go with. Okay, so locked in the under, which is actually kind of crazy because the under 6.5 is plus money. So over is -1 for okay.
I just don't see them winning 7 games.
I guess I just feel like they just giving Pete Carroll respect with that line. That's all. Like they expect him to really change the culture and have them competitive at the very least. Which I think they will be a competitive team. I just don't think they're gonna win a lot of games. But it'll be the hardest 12 o'clock game on Sunday afternoon that your team plays. It'd be that type shit. Like, damn, why we struggling with the Raiders right now? Can we just get out the game, please, with the dub? And it's like going into the last 3 minutes of the game, it's like 20-17. They got the ball before Gino throws an interception to seal it. What about you, Cam? Any 2022 vibes here, or how you feeling about the Raiders?
Not really, but they're not gonna be like just like horrible, like ass, whatever. Like you said, every game's gonna be competitive. I think the defense is okay. That offense, they got some guys on the offense with Ashton Genty. I think Brock Bowers is probably the best tight end. He's probably the best tight end in the league. Then they got a receiver Dante Thornton from Tennessee. This dude 6'5", runs like a 4.3. I've been seeing he's been playing really good in camp or whatever. So, the offense should be fun to watch. I would say, obviously it's gonna come down to Geno Smith. What can Geno do? So,
right, is he writing back this year or not?
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see, because I know a lot of people probably still down them or whatever. And also got OC with Chip Kelly, so that's gonna be interesting to see. So yeah, I don't think they're not gonna be like you. When you see the Raiders on your team, like on your schedule, like you're not about to just say, okay, we finna just beat, like it's finna be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not.
You shouldn't feel that way about any team in the league.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Facts, not facts.
Any given Sunday, for real. And like I said, Pete Carroll is a great coach, so he gonna have them. He gonna have them in game. Like I think they're gonna win. Like I said, I could see us dropping a game to them just because they just gonna be playing out their minds. Like it's gonna be some weekends where you look up at the scoreboard and it's like, well, there go my parlay. I thought I could get an easy dub right here with this team versus the Raiders, and Geno done thrown 3 touchdowns today for whatever reason. I do worry a bit, and I know it's obviously a whole new team and stuff. But last year, Geno was one of the worst quarterbacks throwing it to the tight end. But it's like now you got Brock Bowers. That got to change. Like Brock Bowers, your number one weapon. You better throw the ball.
You got it. You have to.
That's not Noah Fant. That's Brock
too
Bowers.
Good.
So
good.
He is. But what about what y'all's outlook for Ashton Genty? Any rookie of the year hope or?
I like him.
I like him, but you gotta for a running back to be successful, the pass game has to be a threat. It has to be, and like to y'all's point again, Geno, what are you going to do to make that possible? Because I tell you what, if Ashton Genty struggles, which we don't know, I mean, we don't have any film on him professionally, but if Kenneth Walker out there in Seattle have a wonderful year, that just tells you something wasn't right. Like how they stack the box against Geno is going to be very important in how Ashton is going to perform. So I don't know, man. And he ain't gonna run the. Oh, y'all think they're gonna give him the ball 30 times a game?
No, not 30
They
times, but
better not. They gonna give it to him about 15, 20.
Yeah, 15, 20, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, sure, we seen Pete Carroll with Marshawn Lynch. He running it back. The only problem is the one probably like I guess sore spot of the Raiders roster is their offensive line. Like
O-line,
they were starting to get a little better last year, but it's still some question marks there. So it's like, is Ashton Jeanty even gonna have the best blocking available to him?
Probably
And then
not.
if Geno Smith is pressured, I mean that's gonna be that's gonna be a tough slide for them, man. But I give the Raiders 6-11. I think they improve on the 4-13. But a hard fought 6, like a very respectable 6-11. Like it's like they ain't no hope. They definitely give you a fight.
I think that's why they brought Pete too, because you asked like he's 72 or whatever. A dude like that, if he is what it looks like he is, he's just a football nut that want to win football games.
Yeah.
I don't think their coach last year was too focused on that. Unfortunately,
What you mean, bro? He had the Mahomes blueprint. He knew how to stop the Chiefs. The Mahomes rule.
Yeah.
Anthony Pierce.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. If y'all are feeling confident in Pete Carroll led football team, hey, listeners, maybe sprinkle on the plus 125 over 6.5 because they could definitely hit that and still not make the playoffs, but still be a hell of a team. 8-9, maybe. I mean, I don't think Pete Carroll throughout his NFL career, I don't think he's been really below that mark, like an 8-9 mark, besides maybe like the last year he was in Seattle, and that's kind of when stuff had fallen apart for real. But other than that, he always had them in contention to be in the playoffs. And we obviously remember, the Legion of Boom days when they was, at the top of the top. But in third place, man, the 2025-26 Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, man. That's what I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing, man. This is a loaded roster. Bo Nix is the next best thing since sliced bread. Sean Payton, the greatest coach of all time. Denver about to take, the throne from KC, and they finna just run everybody. So go ahead, Chris.
Huh? Why I gotta go first every single time? Why I gotta go first every single time?
Okay, yeah, you go. How you feel about Bo Nix and the Broncos?
I mean, that obviously that secondary is probably gonna be one of the best secondaries in the league. That defense is, defense gonna be stout. Defense gonna be real good. I think Dre Greenlaw, is he still hurt or is he back healthy now?
He's back healthy, but then like at the beginning of training camp, he was banged up with something. I think it might have been his quad or hamstring. I don't know, but he's supposed to be healthy headed into the season.
Okay,
so we'll see.
Well, okay. Like I said, that defense is gonna be good. Still got PS2 out there. Added Barron, who I'm biased, so how about him. Got some good pass rushers or whatever. It's really gonna come down to Bo Nix. Can Bo Nix replicate what he did last year? I'm not a big believer in Bo Nix. I can definitely see a sophomore slump coming for Bo Nix. I know a lot of people don't think so, but I can definitely see it. It's kind of like the same shit with us, like from like the Texans last year. Like we had all this hype coming into the season. Oh my God, they added so much stuff, this and that. And then boom, a slump from the quarterback or whatever. So I can definitely see the same thing happening this year with the Broncos, because they do got a lot of hype around them this year. Like a lot of hype. Like I'm seeing like a lot of people saying some crazy stuff about
really
the Broncos.
Crazy with some of the Broncos takes. I'm just like, man, there's a lot to live up to.
Yes.
For a team that, while they did finish 10-7, they were like what 1-6 versus winning teams over 500 last year. They did a lot of their work versus some of the cupcakes, but I won't lie, they did make some great additions in the offseason. I really think probably the biggest one is the guy they just got tight end, Evan Ingram. I think that's going to be really big and key for Bo Nix' second year, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Chris, now it's your turn. Or what's the deal with the Broncos?
Finally. Finally. No, man. It's crazy that Cam, you brought up how like going into last season, how the Texans had a lot of hype, and then you guys kind of struggled a little bit. But I've said it before, and I'll reiterate it. I think y'all's slump wasn't really like a performance slump. It was a strategic slump. And I think that plays a big part in D'Amico's learning curve as being a head coach, as well as y'all's offensive struggles on the offensive coaching side, which y'all have addressed those by letting go of Slowick. Whereas with the Broncos, they don't really have that issue. Like, they have a veteran at the helm. And to y'all's point, the only question mark is going to be Bo Nix, his second year. But I think he may be ready. He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's a little older, ain't he?
Yeah, he
in
is.
college for I think he's our age, honestly.
Yeah, I think like 24. Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure he class of 17 too.
Hey man, so look, he understands bonds, okay? So I think he's gonna be ready. I'm not gonna sit here and say, because y'all know how I feel about like respecting the champ of previous years. Like, the Chiefs still run this division. It is what it is. But don't be surprised when I don't know. I'll say this, Bryce. I don't know if y'all are repeating 15-2.
Oh no.
And so with that being said, like, if you do decide to do an 11-6, I think the Broncos, if any team in this division, to make y'all like weary of winning this division, it'll be them maybe getting. I mean, they got 10-7. And I don't think anybody expected them to do that. And then they got better. So it's definitely 50-50 for me. And I know it's not a worst to first, but I mean, that's a tough division. And you're third place at 10-7, whereas 10-7 is going to win you that division in like 2-3 other divisions. So,
oh, that's fair. That's fair. They did. Like I said, they made some great additions in the offseason. I'm just at the point where, like what Cam said, it's just been like, it's one thing to be like, oh, Broncos gonna be good. Like, okay, cool. But Broncos all of a sudden they headed to the
Super Bowl champ. That's a bit much.
I'm like, hold up, what?
Extreme, bro. It'd be extreme.
I'm like, okay, like I get we in the offseason and it's king of like media hot table, like Super Bowl. We talking about because they got Sean Payton. I'm like, yes, this is the same Sean Payton that was only able to even make one with Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Bo Nix is terrible. I'm like, at least right now he hasn't proven that he's Drew Brees.
Yeah,
and the defense is great. They got probably the best secondary in the league with PS2 leading it, and now they got Jahdae Barron. But at the same time, like I said, they really did feast off bad teams last year because they were the fourth place team. So they had the fourth place schedule last year. And like we all said, teams in the league, they learn each year. So Bo Nix, ain't nobody had no tape on you. Year 2, you're going to get a whole new look from everybody. So I get he's got Sean Payton to help him out. But at the end of the day, sometimes, I mean, it's the NFL for a reason. You playing the best of the best. I just don't see how there's all of a sudden now, like the main one that pissed me off. I don't know if y'all seen this. Colin Cowherd came out with his predictions, right, for the division. And he had the Chargers first, the Chiefs second, the Broncos third.
The Chargers first, the Chiefs second, the Broncos. The Chargers first.
Yes. But then their offensive tackle a couple days ago, Rashawn Slater, tore his ACL. He out for the season. Coward then redid his rankings. The Broncos went to first and the Chiefs stayed at second. I'm like, what are we talking about here? You just tried. Like, what are we talking about here? That makes zero sense. And the last thing I'll say about Denver, because I do agree, like, they're good. And they're going to play us tough as hell. All the division teams do. That's just what it is. The problem that I have when people make these crazy takes about like how our divisional rivals are just going to do all these things in the playoffs, let alone beat us. Problem isn't beating us. The problem is beating the other teams that you should beat. Because Denver last year, remember the last game of the season, we rested everybody and they whooped our ass and they were all hype and shit. Like, oh, we finna do something for real. Like, our defense really liked that. And there were really people headed into that wild card game with Buffalo saying Denver has a real chance to upset them. And Sean Payton even came out that week leading up to the game was like, or after the game was over, he was like, yeah, it's sad we lost because we felt really good about our next opponent, how we won. They would have played us because they were the 7th seed, so they would have got us. They got waxed by Buffalo, who we then beat. And it's like, bro, y'all still not at this level yet. Like, okay, you can make it competitive with us in the regular season, but the top teams in the league, you still not at that level. They lost to Baltimore. They lost to Buffalo. Like, the only real good win they had last year was Tampa Bay. So I'm still not necessarily moved by that. And then throw in all the hype they get in this year. It's just like we say, once a team just get too much hype, you just be like, shit can't go right for them. It's just not going to work. Like something's going to go wrong because this is too much hype. So it would be one thing. It was like, hey man, Denver's going to be really good this year. It's like,
and that's how it should
Super Bowl
be.
threats, AFC can tell. I'm like, what? Pause. How you go from this to this? Like, there's a middle ground somewhere. But
see, that's how I know I don't really be in the mix because I ain't seen none of that.
Oh,
I don't feel like it's crazy to say they could be second in this division, make it competitive.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
That's not crazy. To me, I felt like that was gonna be the thing to make Bryce pissed off. But apparently, people been saying
no,
they gonna win the Super Bowl.
They can easily be second. I'm just like the Chiefs have won 7 or really 9 years in a row now. It's the second longest streak of all time. But it's like, okay, all of a sudden now, because the year we went 15-2 and still made the Super Bowl, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is the year they've fallen off and Denver's jumping. I'm like, damn, I respected more for the Chargers because at least they got a more proven quarterback and a coach. But that's neither here or there. But I'll leave it at this before we transition to them. Remember what I told y'all for the NFC North episode?
What about it?
There's been no division to repeat having 3 teams in the playoffs the next year. We had three teams in the playoffs. So if the Chargers, people are saying the Chargers and Broncos are locked. So I'm like, well, if the Chargers and Broncos are making the playoffs, you saying the Chiefs not making it. That's what's going to happen. I'm like, okay, unless we just have like the worst year ever. And that would have to, if we are to not make the playoffs, something happened to Patrick Mahomes. That's the only way.
Yeah, that's the only.
Like, what the hell are we talking about then? Because if not, I feel like nothing's guaranteed. But it's like, okay, well, Chiefs are a lock for one. So Denver or Los Angeles Chargers, who's getting the second spot? Who's getting it? Because it's not going to be all 3 of us again. That's just not the way it works. And like we said on the last episode with the NFC or the AFC North, I got 3 teams out of the AFC North probably with Cincy, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. So I think they're going to take that. So at that point, it's really only 2, maybe even 1 that get in from us, depending on how the year go. And it's like, okay, Denver, Los Angeles Chargers, they both supposed to be so good. Okay, well, what about when they play each other? Everybody worry about beating us. What about when the Chargers and Broncos play each other twice? What's going to happen? Because last year, the Chargers swept Denver. Does that change this year? Does that flip? Because everybody's like, oh, Denver got KC. Well, worry about the Chargers. Y'all couldn't beat them. Y'all got to get through them first, too. Like, and I think they might have, I'm not sure if they lost a game to the Raiders or not, too. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, teams be so focused on us. You got to worry about the rest of the division and your other schedule. I don't trust none of these teams to be consistent in that. And honestly, I'm going to give the nod to the Chargers. Rashawn Slater injury does scare me a little bit because that's they left tackle, Justin Herbert's blindside. But year 2 of Harbaugh, year 2 when he was with the 49ers, he went to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're making a Super Bowl, but I really think the Chargers are really like, this is their moment to finally make that leap. They made the playoffs last year, got second. I think they'll finish right around the same record again. And they'll be either second or maybe even potentially overtake us for first. But I'm not giving it to Denver just yet. I still got to see more from Denver. I think Bo Nix is going to have somewhat of a sophomore slump, so to speak. But Justin Herbert, Chargers, I think they got the team to do it this year and be really good once again. So that's who I'm giving my nod to. And they got their over-under set at 9.5 wins too. So it's like everybody right there. So it's gonna come down to probably the game between them and Denver or so. How that goes. Even. Yeah. So
110 on both sides. I can't agree with you only because I hate Justin Herbert. And I hate all the media and narrative around them. So I can't agree with you. I need this to fail just so I can hear people finally say Justin Herbert is not who we think he is. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Okay.
You know how it go for them, bro. They never gonna not say that.
Because who far is gonna be? It's gonna be. Let's see. Who can we pick from this list that's not Justin Herbert?
Bro, if Quentin would have caught that one pass, bro,
he never catches it. Stop throwing it to him.
If Herbert didn't throw that one interception, bro, I promise. If they just beat the Chiefs when they almost like, oh, okay. If man,
if I just won $1 million, I'll be a millionaire.
Right?
If my aunt had a dick, that'd be my uncle.
But Ken, what about you? I know you a big Harbaugh fan. You think the Chargers have any real shot to potentially, win that AFC West crown, make some noise in the playoffs, even, or what's your ceiling for them?
Nah, I definitely do think they got a chance or whatever. Like you said, I feel like they have a better chance than the Broncos. I don't know why everybody, just all of a sudden just hyping up the Broncos when they know the Chargers, still there or whatever. They still obviously have a good quarterback in Justin Herbert. He just has to, stay healthy and go out there and show us, that he's the quarterback that the media say that he is. And, who I believe, I think he's a great quarterback. Like, I think, he can make every pass or whatever. Just a great passer. But I don't like the Najee pickup because I didn't think he was really good with the Steelers. But I tell you what, that Omarion Hampton, what I've been hearing from him, he's the truth. He's the truth. And I've been seeing I think the coordinator he's been saying for some odd reason he's been saying is it's still gonna be a split between Najee and Hampton. I don't know why why it's gonna be a split, because I think Hampton should take over that that backfield, whatever. I think eventually he will take over the backfield as the season goes along or whatever. But they also added Keaton Allen next to Lad McConkey, so not just Lad out there by himself anymore. So I don't know, man.
Harris has been looking good too, from what I've seen from the training camp footage. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. They got a really good offense, and Greg Roman and Harbaugh, they're going. That's probably why they got to split, because they're gonna run the football.
They gonna run that. That's
like I'm already prepared. Unless we just get out to early lead and put our foot on their neck the first game, we probably gonna see 35 carries between those two.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Game of the season. For sure.
Herbert might not even throw the ball 20 times, bro.
That may be their saving grace, bro. I'll get on the train if Herbert's not a part of it moving. I'll take it. Hey, let's go with that, right?
Yeah. So what do you have? You have them clearing this 9.5?
Yeah, I think they clear 9. They at least get 10 wins. If they don't get 10 wins, that means Herbert got hurt or something like that.
Okay, that's fair. What about you, Chris?
No, I agree with that. But that goes to say, like, it's the same argument, even if you want to pull the Broncos into it. Like, it's gonna be that 10th win, whether it's between Kansas City or the Broncos or for the Chargers or somebody else for the Chargers against the Chargers. Like, I think this is gonna be a tough division where the highest win total is probably gonna be 10 and 11. So
that's fair. Okay, yeah, I got them clearing the 9.5 as well. Like I said, I got them finishing second in division. I think we only send in 2 teams this year, so you obviously know what my first one is. But I'm not saying the Broncos just finna be trash. I think the Broncos still be competitive and stuff, but they just not gonna win some of the games they need to, and it's gonna be like, it's just year 2 of Bo Nix. Y'all probably should have just eased up on the hype a little bit. He still got a long ways to go. And I think Justin Herbert does make somewhat of a leap in year 2 with Harbaugh. Now, when they go to the playoffs, obviously, shit, at this point, he got to show something if they make it to the playoffs again this year. Like, he can't do what we've seen from the last 2 playoff performances at all. Then it's going to be some big question marks headed into the next offseason. But last but not least, the first place team, man, 15-2 last year, AFC West champs for the 9th year in a row. Now, we're not repeating 15-2. Honestly, I don't want to repeat 15-2 because both years we went 15-2. Those are the 2 years we got blown out in the Super Bowl. it always feels like we limping into Super Bowl when we go 15-2 for whatever reason. But it's where it's like, man, the talking media heads, they gotta relax, bro. Mahomes ain't fell off. The team ain't going nowhere. And here's the thing. So I'm gonna ask a question for y'all for this quick exercise. Do y'all view the Patriots as one big dynasty or two separate dynasties?
I think it's just one big dynasty. In my opinion, it was just one big dynasty.
You mean like the stretch of winning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's one big dynasty. It was under the same people, right?
Yeah.
It
was just Tom. It's not really. It wasn't really just the Patriots. It was just Tom Brady and Bill Belichick dynasty. That's all it was.
Yeah, but that's my point, though. That's still. I feel like that's still.
Yeah. No, y'all are good. I agree, and that's a very fair answer. So this is why I ask. That's the correct answer. How is the Chiefs dynasty over then? Even if we don't win this year, because the Patriots went 10 years without a Super Bowl, but we don't consider them not a big dynasty. So the whole talk, this whole offseason, that's pissing me off the most is like, oh, the Chiefs dynasty is officially over. It's just like, okay, we made 3 Super Bowls in a row, something nobody's ever done besides the Bills, who lost all 4 of the ones they made. So shit, maybe we can mess around and make it a 4th. But if we don't, okay, there's still only gonna be one winner at the end of the day. So whether that be Lamar, Josh, Joe, whoever it may be, Jalen again, maybe. If it's the Eagles, then it gets a little dicey because then they can make an argument they a dynasty too. But if it's anybody else, it's like, okay, what's the Chiefs? Where the Chiefs at? They're still here. Like, we still have Patrick Mahomes. Brady went 10 years without a Super Bowl. Mahomes is only 29, turning 30 in December. So it's still a dynasty. Like one year,
you gotta win 3 to be a dynasty.
You do. I'm saying they would have an argument because they would have went back to back and they would have made a third a couple years ago. So there would be an argument.
But you gotta. Hell,
you do. I agree with you. You do. I agree with you. But it would be people saying they're dynasty, you know. But we know they wouldn't.
They the Pistons, bro. They just Detroit. It's just Detroit Pistons. They're just the Houston Rockets in 96, 97, or whatever that was.
But that's my only issue with it. It's like, bro, people have been throwing shit at the wall, hoping it would stick for the last 7 years with Patrick Mahomes. Like, oh, Chiefs not gonna do it this year. Chiefs not gonna do it that year. Each year. What's the earliest our season has ended since Patrick Mahomes has been quarterback?
AFC Championship.
Overtime of the AFC Championship. We haven't even lost in regulation in that game.
Damn, talking shit.
So that's why I'm like, bro, that shit is unprecedented for one. He's hosted 5 of them at home at Arrowhead. That's a record by itself. He's got all the other records. And I'm sitting here looking at Bill's Twitter talking about, well, Josh Allen has 3 more total touchdowns over his career. I don't give a fuck. Josh Allen is a better running back than Patrick Mahomes. Okay, thanks. Well, Lamar's more talented. Okay, what happens when Lamar's in the playoffs? Well, Joe Burrow ain't even been in the playoffs the last 2 years. But the Chiefs run is over and the dynasty is over. What? How does that math add up?
I think you've been used to this by now. You've been.
I am. That's why I'm ready to get this season back started.
I feel you though, because everybody talking about OKC going to lose a whole bunch next season, so that's fine. We don't got to win 64 games. We can just win 60.
Right? But this is where I'm like, this is what will constitute a successful season for me. Because I mean, the odds say we're probably not making it back to Super Bowl this year. And that don't make me upset or anything. Because, I mean, we can't make it every year. But the one thing, there's 2 things we need to see this year, if anything. We need to see Patrick Mahomes light show back. And we need our drafted offensive tackle, Josh Simmons, to show he's going to be like a solid, Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber left tackle. That's all we need to see. If I see those 2 things, Mahomes throwing for over 4,000 yards again, 30-plus touchdowns, we good to go. We good to go. If it still looks like it did last year and it's just garbage offense, if we're healthy, that is, then there's some concerns. But other than that, man, I'm like, bruh, we've made 3 Super Bowls in a row. We've made 5 of the last 6. We won 3 of them. And if we don't make it this year, look, even if this is the first year we don't make it to the AFC Conference Championship game, everybody's gonna be like, we told you, the dynasty is over." And it's like, bro, we'll be here for the next 5-7 years at the very least, if not more than that. So I really not too much worried about it. I think we will clear the 11.5 wins. I think we're gonna go 12-5, get first place in the AFC West, but that'll probably be like third or fourth in the AFC in entirety, because I think Buffalo probably got a chance to run the table with their sorry ass division and finally get first. And then we'll go from there once we get to the playoffs. But it'll be like, we'll get to the end of the year, and as we always do, it's become commonplace now. Every time we get to the end of the year, I always come around, I'm like, all right, y'all, we're about to go to the playoffs, and all this week, all we're going to hear from the media is, we're sorry, we'll never doubt the Chiefs again. This is their division. Then we'll get to March, April time frame. The draft will come. Another month will go by, and then the takes will be. Well, I'll tell you what, the Chargers do it this year. Bo Nix, year 3, they're doing it. The Raiders with Geno in year 2, they're knocking off the Chiefs. And it's like,
really? Get the Chiefs out of here.
You can't be the champs until you can beat the champs, and
throw something on the grill.
Ain't none of them beat the champs yet, man. So that's kind of where I sit with the Chiefs, man. And like I said, I'm just ready for the season to start. But I'll pass it to you first, Cam. How you feel about the Chiefs?
Well, I got a quick. How do you feel about Jalen Rose? Have you been seeing anything about him?
He gonna be nice.
He nice.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If our wide receiver core is healthy, and depending on what this Rasheed situation end up being, I think I saw today it's probably going to be like a 5-game suspension. But if we can get him back and have Hollywood, Worthy healthy, and Royals,
so I told if Josh,
he can play anything. But I feel like he's 6. It's not that I think he's like 6 foot, but it's not that he's tall. But he's like, he built like he. No homo, he thick. Like he
You not in the room by yourself?
She got headphones in, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, proceed.
but no, dead ass. So he like muscular as hell, but he run like a 4.40. So So if Rasheed is out, I'm hoping Andy throws him in there just to get him some run and some game action to like get his, footing in the NFL. But like I said, if Josh Simmons pans out and we got an O-line again and Mahomes feels safe, oh my God, we going 5 out again. We ain't been able to do that since 2019. And then it really is bombs because you can't keep up. Brown, Worthy, Royals, all 4.4 plus speed, and Worthy 4.2. Brown more in the 4.3 range. Travis Kelce, who's 15 pounds lighter, they say, and he actually looks really good. I think he'll be back this year for real. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, Mahomes is trash. Mahomes will be back to, like, I'm not saying we win the Super Bowl, any of that, but Mahomes this year, he will wake these people back up again and be like, all right, y'all got to stop playing with my name for real. Because, like, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar, they're all great, all fine and dandy, but they're not me. They're not. We all saying like this past year was like, oh, that was Josh's best season. That was Lamar's best season. Bro, that's not even cracking Mahomes' top 3 seasons. So that's where it gets funny because they comparing their best seasons to Mahomes' worst, and Mahomes gets compared to only his best and Tom Brady. So it's a whole different type of discussion with him. That's what it's levels to it. But
yeah,
we'll remind the league this year once again. But
I got y'all going. I think 11-6 is healthy. I think 2nd seed in the conference is healthy. Honestly, I think it puts y'all in a better position to not even be the 1st seed. Not on cap. I feel like y'all perform better when the other team is expected to win. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And with that being said, though, that kind of brings the realism into the Broncos and Chargers situation, where one of them has to have single-digit wins. And for my agenda, I'm hoping it's San Diego. Hoping they.
Oh, you mean Los Angeles?
Los Angeles, my God, damn, am I that
showing
old,
your
bro?
age, bro?
Don't
even know that they're the San Diego Chargers.
Am I that old, bro? Yeah, I'm hoping they end up with 9 wins and Denver have 10-7 like they did last season. So that's just how I think that. And we got to talk about the Raiders, who will just give them a few more years to figure it out.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, and I'm honest. I don't want the 1 seed. Honestly, I want to see some
Right.
other
I know
teams
you
get
don't.
home field advantage, just
Yep.
for us to go walk them down and they
Yeah.
were saying,
It is,
okay,
it is gonna be the Bills because that division is so ass.
it's
Like,
so sorry.
yeah.
But this also too where I was saying, Kim, that's where I think if the Texans can like put together a great regular season, I feel like it's open for them to maybe possibly go get a top 2 seed, and then they'll finally have that divisional game at home, and maybe that can change things for them.
Because at that point, you just got to win like 12 games.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll definitely see, man.
If we could ever like just get like the first seed, bro, and have a bye, and just win 1 game after that. Dog, it just gets bro. I'll be just, bro. I'll be satisfied, dog. Like after that, like
no, you wouldn't be satisfied, bro.
I swear,
no, you wouldn't, bro. No,
if we get to AFC,
don't get me
so close. You never know.
You
never know if you'll even get that close ever again, bro. You're going to the next season.
I'll be fine with it though, because like I finally saw like my team get to AFC championship game. It's never happened before.
There's steps to success, huh?
And it's out the mud.
It's out the mud. We got Rashad McCann. Oh man,
that's crazy.
but yeah, man, I got Chiefs first, Chargers second, Broncos third, Raiders fourth. So the same order as last year, but this year we're only getting 2 teams into the playoffs. Denver is going to be the first team out. And I feel like their spot is just going to be taken by like maybe Cincy gets that spot this year. Maybe they're able to put together a few more wins and they sneak in over Denver. And then, like I said, we'll go through the playoffs and then we'll get to next year's offseason and we'll do it all over again. It's like, no, this is the year the Chiefs finally fall off. And it's like, man, that's the other thing too. I'm just like, okay, because with Brady, like the AFC East was trash his whole career. Like they never got any competent QBs over there. Like the best quarterback his whole time over there was probably Mark Sanchez in New York. Yeah. And so they saying, because I mean, like I said, all the coaches in the division made a Super Bowl. Sean Payton, Carroll, Super Bowl winning coaches. We got Herbert, who's supposed to be a top 10, top 5 quarterback. People are real high on Bo Nix. It's like, oh, well, we think the Chiefs can't keep this run up because their division is actually competent. I was like, okay. Well, if the Chiefs keep the run up, then they get more credit, right? Because it can't be both ways. It can't be both ways.
It's more hate.
That's all I'm saying. Because last year they was like, oh no, it's over for them, and we won. It's like all the excuses in the world, like no, it's the refs, it's this, it's that. They didn't deserve to win. They only went 15-2 by luck. What, bro? Get out of here, bro.
So, you won a lot of close games, bro. That's not impressive, but it is a mark on a team that is good.
Yeah,
it's a different conversation. Not when we talk about y'all.
What's that stat, kid? Mahomes is only 7 for 7 in fourth quarter drives with 2 minutes to go.
Bro.
When you down, like what are we talking about here, man?
That's funny. Funny.
They
can't win any close games. I don't think they're going to be a good team. All they done was won close games. They're not really that good of a team.
But you know what's crazy? Like if it was like any other team, they would be hyping them up like crazy.
No, it'd be backwards because it's like Golden State in 2015. We were so happy. So not we, obviously, Cam, you weren't because you went to see LeBron win, but. I know me personally, I was still hating LeBron back then. It was still KD till I die. And so when Steph came on the scene, and he was able to get LeBron out of there, I'm like, hey, let's go. And then they kept winning. And I was like, fuck Steph. And then they took KD. They took KD and fuck that whole team. Once you start winning, bro,
you turn to hate.
Little did you know you was rooting for Hitler the whole time.
Bro. That's how they got him, bro. I see how people join cults, bro.
Yeah. Because we were loved in 2019. And then we won that one.
Facts.
And then once we got to that second one the next year versus Tom and we lost, it was like, oh no, fuck y'all. You're not better than Tom.
Yeah.
And then it was like, remember, and that's the other thing that pissed me off because we got blown out in the Super Bowl. And they're like, oh, now it's over. You can't bounce back from that. Well, you said the same thing when we got blown out by Tampa Bay. And what we do the next year? Made it back to the AFC Conference Championship. Overtime loss to Cincinnati. We choked. Mahomes played like shit. I'm not going to lie. But it wasn't like, oh, we done. Then we trade Tyreek. And then they were like, oh, it's for real over.
Yeah,
and then we've only been to the Super Bowl every year since and won 2 of them. So it's like,
even crazier.
I'm like, bro,
That
like
is crazy.
I understand because I've been on the opposite side. I was a Rockets fan watching that Warriors run. But now I'm on this side of it. So I'm like, okay, I get the hate. But I'm like, damn, we really do just have to appreciate excellence. So it's like, is this shit not supposed to happen?
I'm with you. I'm with you, champ.
You understand?
I'm with you, champ. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And this shit probably like what's happening right now, this shit probably won't ever happen like
we probably
ever
won't see
in our
it again.
lifetime. Like,
and see, the thing is too,
bro, that shit gonna happen in 15 years, bro. It's been happening every
and if it does, I promise not to be one of them, the Patriots fans now who just simply hate on us and hate Mahomes. I'm not finna be sitting over here shitting over whatever quarterback is leading the next time. Like, oh, they not Patrick though. Be like, man, he cold. Give him his props. This shit hard.
People just gotta understand when you look at stats like that, like for whatever reason, when we like to compare current players to past players, we always compare the past player's whole career. I don't know why I don't know why that's done. Like, oh, he's not better than him. He won 6 championships, 5 MVPs, like over 14 years. Like this dude been here for 5. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And I see people too trying to make that argument like, oh, Mahomes beating up on terrible QBs. Like, bro, Burrow, Lamar, they better than the QBs we was watching. Like, don't let nostalgia fool. I had a guy argue with me a couple weeks ago saying Ben Roethlisberger was better than Josh Allen. I was like, Josh Allen is literally Ben Roethlisberger 3.0.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? It just so happens he's going up against Mahomes, so he can't win. Like, you knocking Mahomes for controlling the whole AFC conference. Like, how is that his fault? Brady let other guys get their dubs. That's the problem. And that's where I'm like, okay, well, if you go say Brady the GOAT and it's a whole dynasty, other dudes won champ. Ben won 2. Peyton won 2. Aaron got 1. Drew Brees got 1. So far, Eli got 2 off of Brady. And we over here criticizing Mahomes because he lost 2 Super Bowls in poor fashion. But it's like, okay, he played some super teams as well. And that's the only thing that's funny because if it wasn't Philadelphia, it really would be so much support for them since they beat us. But since it's Philly and everybody hates their fans too, that's why Jalen's still getting shit up.
Love it. I love it.
But yeah, man, we'll see. Like I said, we probably don't make it back to Super Bowl this year, but okay, who's gonna stamp their claim to second? Because like I said in the group chat a couple days, don't let CJ or Jalen, one of these young QBs, jump, leapfrog Lamar, Josh, and Joe. Don't let one of them get to a bowl first and win it. Because then it's gonna get real tough. It's gonna get real tough, man. But
I have no idea who else will make a Super Bowl.
So
other than the Bills, I guess. But I don't know. It's been possible to be the Bills for like 4 or 5 years now.
Honestly,
I know you know.
Yeah, but I mean, we got our predictions episode next week, so I'll save what I got to say for that. But honestly, I mean, I'm just saying, Bills Mafia. I don't think they're making to the conference championship game this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see next week. We'll see next week. But it's out the mud.
He said, who 81? He said, Kobe's 81.
Yeah, 81. All right,
It's out the mud. We got Sean again.
I'm dead. But it's your favorite kids from the neighborhood signing off. Our final divisional preview, like we said, we're recording this on August 20th, so we'll probably be seeing this probably next Thursday, I think, is when we'll drop this one. But next Wednesday on the 27th, we'll be recording our NFL predictions, and we'll be dropping that the first week of the NFL. So y'all see what we really rolling with. We're gonna get our schedules together and everything, get our playoff brackets together. We're gonna hit y'all with the best predictions, the best bets, all that, man. And then it's finally go time, so we can shut all this talk up and we can just go. Let them go play out there on the field and see what it go, see what happens.
Put them pads on, man.
Put them pads on.
Like
40 you. 40 you. Like 40 you.
It's my last 2 games.
No homo, but y'all know I got
No. Nah, he tripping, bro. He
would.
tripping.
Well, we appreciate y'all listening. If y'all listen all the way through, your favorite kids from the neighborhood, signing off with another one. Peace. I need it.